Welcome to the my-moo.com podcast. My-moo.com is your source for information on James Churchward and his theories of the lost continent of Mu. The 2010 Naacal Tablets Nondiscovery. James Churchward, in his 1926 Lost Continent of Mu, Motherland of Man, wrote about his discovery of the ancient inspired writings of Mu that he called the Naacal Tablets. He wrote that Mu was the birthplace of mankind, the Garden of Eden as he termed it. Mu's civilization was over 50,000 years old when it sunk into a vortex of water and fire some 12,000 years ago. The Naacal Brotherhood, the learned priesthood and keepers of the sacred inspired writings of Mu, had libraries in the 7 sacred Rishi cities with the complete set of clay tablets in each. James wrote that the portion he saw dealt with the topic of creation. He also wrote that he repaired the broken ones and carefully repacked the entire collection. Some 84 years later, Mr. Thomas Ritter announced the discovery of these same tablets. Allow me the opportunity to address the entire history of the affair from my perspective. In January 2010, a video was released by Project Camelot, in which Klaus Dona, spiritual archaeologist, reported the following.
And another friend of mine, a German researcher, found, and he could see already, the Naacal plates in India, which nobody yet could see or make a photo about it. So that means that those plates exist, and I am wondering if this has a connection again to this unknown writing, because on a stone plate which was found in Yonaguni, there are also some symbols, and they are definitely similar with the symbols which Churchward was showing in his book, The Lost Continent Mu.
I reported on the interview in Podcast 16, Rediscovery of the Naacal Tablets, on April 7th, 2010. I also sent emails to Klaus Dona to find out more information. On April 29th, I reported in the my-moo.com blog that I had received an email from Klaus Dona and that pictures and a complete report would be available in a few weeks. On June 10th, I published a blog article to announce that I had opened a topic in the my-moo.com forum to discuss what types of tests should the new discovery pass to be considered authentic. The forum has since been closed due to unusual activity. I continued to maintain correspondence with Klaus Dona via Skype and email. In January 2011, Klaus pointed me to an online article in German. The English translation of the title is The Golden Temple Library of Mu. On January 16th, I created a blog entry to point that out to others. In March, I was able to contact Mr. Ritter directly by phone and speak with him at length concerning his discoveries. Subsequent to our conversation, he provided pictures by email. A report on our conversation and the pictures were presented in podcast number 24, Rediscovery of the Naacal Tablets, March 2011 update, and in a blog entry to better display the pictures. In a few days, on the my-moo.com guest blog, in a post entitled Rediscovery of the Naacal Tablets, A Bad Joke, according to the author Yannis Delianis, the tablet in question belongs to a series of inscribed artifacts unearthed by French archaeologist Maurice Donon in the late 1920s and early 1930s in Bylos, Lebanon. The two-sided bronze tablet which Mr. Ritter presents to us as Naacal Tablet is held by the Beirut Museum, catalog number 16598, and has been studied by many scholars in their attempts to decipher the Proto-Balian script. My examination revealed that the darker tablets had Tamil writing, as could be expected from a Tamil region temple in southern India. The small tablet that Mr. Ritter was given was identified as a tablet of union from a magical system from 16th century England, and more recently used by the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. After a terse email response to Mr. Ritter, his response was, "I do not know anything about this tablet in Lebanon, but maybe there is a coincidence between these two tablets." Subsequent emails yielded no further information or an admission of guilt. However, there was a promise of more evidence to be produced this summer. Summer is almost over, and there has been no further correspondence from Thomas Ritter. As the title of this presentation indicates, serious doubts have been raised about the account appearing in the German language article about the discovery of the Naacal Tablets in July 2010. It is incumbent on Mr. Ritter, or anyone for that matter, to provide well-documented evidence for their claims. If, as Mr. Ritter describes in his article, that the priests still remember my great-grandfather, I would expect a written invitation from the Kanchipuram temple officials to visit the temple archives and fully document the presence of the remaining Naacal tablets. Furthermore, as Mr. Ritter is in the travel business, certainly he and his associates could provide transportation and lodging for myself and my investigative team. Now, Philip Coppens has also investigated Mr. Ritter's claims and published an article on his website entitled "Moo Revisited: Was Churchward Right After All?" Unless further well-documented and independently verified evidence is produced, I consider the issue closed. I wish to thank Klaus Dona for his efforts to arrive at the truth of the matter. For links to any content on this podcast, visit my-moo.com and follow the links to either the podcast or the archive page, and follow the link to the transcription. Thanks for listening, and have a great day. The my-moo.com podcast will be created on an irregular basis and address the state of the research, post interviews with knowledgeable people, and challenge the status quo to arrive at a more complete understanding of James Churchward and his theory of a lost Pacific Ocean continent. Please check back frequently at my-moo.com or join our email list to keep up to date on our progress and join the discussions. This production, copyright 2011 by Jack Churchward, all rights reserved.